Did you put it live, Charlie?
Yeah, it's live now. Go live.
Are you sure?
We're going live. You're live, it says. Wait, did I
Where?
actually put it live? It's live now.
I ain't seeing, Charlie.
Yeah, we're
Maybe
live.
it is. Maybe I'm on a delay. I'm on a delay anyway.
It's a bit of a delay. It's a bit of a delay, but we are live now.
Yeah. We're in.
We're in, guys.
Hello.
Grab a cuppa.
Did you put it live, Charlie? I'll say the same thing again. Hard liquor. Get some hard liquor to get through this.
I would recommend turn down the volume on your TV.
Are you sure? Because I'll foghorn.
Because you're live.
How do I sound? We sound fine. Justin, we sound absolutely fine. I can report.
Good. Right.
It's fine. It sound.
Let's get on with it, guys.
It's a good day.
It's a good day. And here we are.
Here we are.
I've got a red background because I'm sort of worshipped by the
He's
devil.
in a murder room.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got some Everton fans in there.
Where's that? The red room or something?
The red room. The red room.
I'm pretending to drink tea because I've already drunk it. It's called acting.
You don't need to pretend to drink tea, Charlie.
Kind of like the acting in the game we watched yesterday.
Well, some of the worst acting you're ever going to see.
But welcome to Let's Talk LFC. Let's get our names down here. That's how professional we are now.
Just it.
We have names.
I'm a bit more. You can see a bit more of me.
Do we sound clear? Are we clear?
Yeah. We're clear. And we're clear.
And loud?
I don't think we're too loud. I'm actually. I'm not super hyped on the positions of our names. I think they need to be in the middle a bit.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying do it now, Charlie. I'm just saying, for future reference.
I'll do that. No, I'll do. I changed
Future
it.
reference.
I did it live. There we go. I would say, we are new to this, so that's why it looks probably a little bit rough.
Don't worry. Eventually, we're just going to be in a pretend room with fake trophies behind us and with a little desk in front.
A little desk.
And a little fake keyboard with little fake cups.
Yeah.
With really terrible perspective, yeah.
Where we look too giant.
I know.
You know what? We're not going to do it.
If we do get to that,
we're not doing that.
I'd quit.
Yeah. This is what we're like. That's it. It'll probably, you know what? We're going to keep it like this forever.
Yeah. We're rough and ready. I am at.
We're raw. That's what we do.
I am really at Anfield. I know it may look like a Zoom background, but it's not.
And I'm really in a red room.
Yep.
Or is it orange? Because it might be colorblind. I was trying to get the same background.
On my TV.
You see that red in the background of the whole screen? I was trying to get the same red as that, but
yeah, you failed.
Yeah, I did. I think I failed a little, but anyway.
You need to lower the red a bit, that's all, because it's touch on the orange side.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, but it's in honor of Van Dijk. So there you go. Or our former Dutch players that we've had: Wijnaldum, Kout, Babel.
You say, yeah.
Any others? I'm trying to think of any other Dutch players. me trying to remember anything. This is going to be. Didn't we have a Dutch fullback? What was his name?
Oh, Van Dutchman.
Van Dutchman. That was it. We've had more than that. Goalkeeper. But damn it, goalkeeper.
Westerveld.
Dutch goalkeeper. Say it again.
Westerveld.
Westerveld. Yes. I thought you said Kissimer. I was like,
What? How did that sound like Kissimer?
I didn't hear it.
Westerveld. That is right, isn't it?
Westerveld, yeah. Westerveld. It's a W, but they don't say Westerveld, do they?
No. Anyway,
we're
not even talking about
what the important thing. Well, no, you get into it, you flow into it, Johnny. They just start off with that.
Okay, we'll flow.
You know, we have a little talk at the start, and eventually we get into the important stuff like the game.
I'm flowing.
So who's our best Dutch player? It's got to be Van Dijk.
Ooh, yeah.
It's got to be. Kout was brilliant.
I know he got a lot of digs.
Goals.
No, you know they gave him quite a few digs when he was playing.
Well, he wasn't the best player, but his hard work and everything else that he put in it 100% was brilliant for us. And do you know what? He wasn't a terrible striker. We were just so used to having brilliant strikers at the club. You know, Fowler, Owen. I'm not going to go through them all. Rush, Dalglish, Aldridge, Suarez.
2 hours later.
Roger Hunt. Yeah, that we're so used to that. When someone's not quite on that level, we slaughter them, really.
This is the truth.
We learned our lesson.
We've done it with everyone, haven't we? We have done it with everyone.
Yeah. I don't think I've not criticised, especially during the Premiership, because that's mostly where most of our football watching was. You know,
I think we criticised nearly everyone.
I've criticised every player. Hey, look, Van Dijk. I criticised him in the derby in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Criticising someone doesn't necessarily need to be a negative.
No,
you're critiquing someone's performance. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really. You're just frustrated by them because you're so passionate about Liverpool and you want them to do well. So you don't just put the blame on just one person. We've done it throughout the game. I've done it against the Everton. Like Van Dijk didn't have. I don't know. I wouldn't say he had the perfect game, but you couldn't really have a good game in that match.
No. I think the first. So are we in now? We're going into the game.
No. That's just a little one.
No.
We're gonna do like a whole hour, yeah, where we don't even mention the game.
Little sneaks that we're gonna start entering it, and then we pull it away.
We're like, no. Will we? No. Yes. I suppose we should.
Like this or like that. We should do this. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
No introduction now. Let's get into it. But there's no other news, is there?
No, not really.
We should start doing a news section, I think, if there's any important news.
Well, the news is Richarlison will not be getting an Oscar.
No, not with that performance.
No.
What a slappable player. I said to Jamie in that game, his face is how he plays. You look at his face and you know what type of player he is. Very annoying. Just awful to play against.
He is.
And plus, he doesn't perform enough for them. So, like, if it was someone like, Suarez used to get up to some antics, but you got a result from him. I didn't like those things that he did. But that you hear people saying you don't like to play against them, but you love them in your team, which we don't really have that with Liverpool. Robertson's the nearest to that, but Richarlison.
Is Robertson really?
Yeah, he's the nearest to that we have. He's a bit of a wind-up merchant.
Yeah, but not really. I'm thinking.
Trent
I'm
does it
thinking
as well.
about. I'm thinking more of like a Suarez.
Yeah, we've got no one on that level.
Yeah, we got no one on that level.
Yeah,
because we played against him, and we played against him, and we fucking hate it.
Yeah, he was horrible. Suarez was horrible to play against. He was just awful.
Mm-hmm.
He just completely. He just like he never played for us. Had no care for our club. But he'll do anything to win, won't he? So.
Pretty much, and he did.
He's a better actor than.
But he didn't win at Anfield, did he? Not in that game.
Nope. Got too big for his boots. Leslie was secret agent Suarez that we didn't really know.
Still loves Liverpool, doesn't he? For some reason,
he loves Liverpool, and he loves the dinner lady for some reason.
He loves it. He loves both the dinner ladies.
Yeah, because he used to like scaring them and winding them up.
Why not?
The wind up. He even winds up old ladies.
But who was a wind up was the whole of Everton too.
They tried to do an athletic,
and that was their tactics. That was it. That's all they did.
Yeah.
They hardly.
Yeah, but the point.
It
doesn't work.
Football.
Doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work if you do all that and then you don't have a win at the end of it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you need people to go forward and actually have a strike.
They forgot the end bit. They just forgot the end.
They did do it. What, 2 times?
Look, they got through. They got through a few times. Just on pace, that they were trying to beat our offside. They picked on Trent, who went missing a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was out of position. He was up attacking, and he got caught out. So it's left to Matip to go in there. And one of those chances, it could have been a penalty. People saying it was. My opinion, I think it was. I think he threw himself in front of Matip, and that's what happened. Because why would Matip push someone over in the penalty area? Yeah. Why would he suddenly lose his mind?
So you reckon it was a penalty?
Wasn't. I reckon it wasn't.
It
wasn't a penalty. No.
And
I know lots of people say it was, but whatever.
Yeah,
it wasn't a penalty because it wasn't given. So
there are like screenshots of them. Is it Jordan? Gordon?
Gordon's alive.
It was Gordon, yeah, and he stepped on. Was it Matip?
Foot.
Yeah. First, but either way, it would have been. It was a bit weak.
Well, they've changed the rulings for penalties now, because it used to be, it was any kind of physical. What's the word I'm looking for here? Any kind of like physicality, yeah. Any impact, any coming together of two players, they pretty much would give a penalty. Now it takes more than that. It has to be intention. So if they looked at that, they obviously looked at it because they look at those are the decisions that they look at. But I don't think they gave it the whole big VAR, decision making. Is it a penalty? No, they looked at it in real time and nah, sorry, because he dived. He just kept diving in that game. So it blew up in his face, which I'm surprised.
The boy that cried wolf.
Yes.
That's what that was.
They're a bigger example of that.
Yeah. And there you go. If you keep diving, then the referee's going to go, nope, you're not going to get a penalty. It's the same thing that's happening with Mane, but too much now.
Yeah, but Mane's not a diver.
No, he's not.
You look at him.
But he's probably done it, we know he can do it.
Has he dived before? Yes. Has Salah dived before?
Yes.
Yes. Was there always contact? Yes.
Yeah, there's always been
None of them
contact.
have ever gone over without contact.
But when Everton fans will probably say he dived.
Yeah.
But you look at the Gordon one, he only got touched really, and he just went ooh like a
True.
hitman
Even
shot him.
the Trent yellow card, Trent didn't touch him. Because when you see it in real time, when it was happening, and Trent comes across, I thought, good, he needed to do that. He just cut him off there. But then you see it, and he's over him. He's not touched the player at all. And how many times have you seen someone put in a tackle like that? They jump over the defender's feet, and then off they go. Yeah, he went down. So I don't even think that was a yellow card or a foul. But anyway, it happened.
What do you think about that Gordon player?
I think he could be a good player if he
won't-
cuts out the diving.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets through. When your decision is to dive, you're not taking on more opportunities than you could. Yeah, in your head is, I'm going to dive. You're losing out there. It's stupid. Look at Salah. That game is a perfect example of someone that keeps going. Because the first half, he was getting double teamed. He was getting blocked out of that game. He was getting frustrated and annoyed. Second half, he kept going. Eventually, he got the opportunity and he got that ball in. But I think with Everton, their whole club, the problem with their club is that they've spent the past 40 years just hating us. And that's been...
I know, they're fully concentrating on us when they should be concentrating on them.
Yeah. When everything you think about is us all the time, then that's it. They're driven by our hatred for us, which is then you get relegated eventually because you've done nothing. Like, basically, they're in cahoots with United for a long time. They were getting their players. They were made sure they put in a good result for us. Did nothing against United. Like, for years. When you do that, you become a lapdog, like Tony Blair did with George Bush Jr., and we end up in a war that we shouldn't have been in. That's what happens. They've ended up in a war that they weren't going to win.
No.
So that's why their club is where it is.
And going by yesterday's game, they should be relegated.
Good. That's their tactics to stay up. Then goodbye. It didn't work. Look, Atletico eventually they had to play some football at some point, and when they stopped doing that completely and they just went to the wind up, they're out of the Champions League. They're out of the league.
I didn't understand. I understand I didn't understand the tactics for yesterday, even though it was meant to frustrate Liverpool. Like you said, they weren't going anywhere. They were just getting Liverpool more angry, and then they would just draw the game, because I think that's what Frank Lampard was going for, a draw.
Yeah, he was going for a draw, and that's not enough. that a draw isn't enough.
You can't. You will not do that against Chelsea.
No, that was a spiteful performance.
Yeah.
It was stopping us from doing anything.
Yeah.
If they tried to play football, they would have had more of a chance than doing what they did. They tried that. They call it the low block, don't they? Where they're all packed in to their defence. Yeah, and it worked. That part worked. But counter-attacking us, you have someone that's up front that's diving all the time. You're not going to get. That's not going to work.
Richarlison could be. He's a really good player. He's not playing like that.
No, because his mind is to cheat. Similar thing.
Yeah.
In his mind, rather than diving, holding your face.
He's not mature.
Trying to pretend that someone's whack. No, there's players that do that go down easy. There's players that roll about, but he does everything. He does everything.
Well, in that one game, he did everything.
Yeah,
he did the whole package.
Dirty player. And he carries it off the pitch. There's nothing wrong with hate. Not we're their rivals and they don't like us. That's fine. But the level of hate that their players and their fans have,
I know he didn't do the one thing he should have done. He could have done all that, yeah, but actually, took shots on goal.
Scored a goal,
Yeah,
set up a goal,
actually be a striker, have some assists, maybe.
Yeah, because they had chances, but their possession was terrible. That they didn't look. We're so used to having those games. Like there's fouls in them. There's always fouls. It's always a tough game. It's back and forth. I'm fine with that. But when it comes to this sort of diving all over the place, holding your face, going down, trying to get penalties, like it's not got them anywhere. That's why they are where they are. And hopefully they go down, because if that's what they're going to be, then go down, get rid of half of those players, probably more, get the manager out because he's terrible and a Tory, get Fat Frank out, and then get someone else in new who could bring in the youth players, so you can see Gordon playing in, the first division, getting tougher, learning how to actually not dive and get past players. It would be good for their club. I honestly think going down would be good for their club. It might sound mental, but it will clear them out. It will start them again. Maybe they'll appreciate the derby games with us a bit more, rather than calling us murderers and the usual chants that we're getting
From Everton fans.
From Everton fans.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's like a twin saying your mama jokes.
Yeah, that actually happened.
Yeah,
Jamie told me about that actually happening at school. Two kids doing that, and they were twins.
That's exactly what it's like. If that's happening,
Yeah.
Dumb.
I know. Look, everyone has a go at our club. We've done some things in the past.
Whoops.
But I don't think we've got. I don't like the Munich chants. You've disappeared as well, Charlie.
Don't worry, I'll be back.
I don't like the Munich chants. I don't like any of that negativity.
No, when you're mentioning the deaths of people, no, in any club you shouldn't be doing it. You should be banned.
I know we already said all this the last podcast.
Yeah, but it needs to be said again, obviously, because no one's listening.
Yeah, nothing's going to be done about it. We just have to put up with that every single game.
Exactly. You're gonna have to take over, Tom. I've got no
Charlie.
Yeah,
Charlie,
it's all right. You don't need to see my face anyway.
Oh, I'm in charge. Oh no. Well, I'm not in charge. You're still there. You're vocally there, Charlie. Yeah. So
well, we got more views since I've left.
Oh right. Okay. I'm the pull. I'm the attraction. Am I? Yeah. What else can we say about that game other than a frustrating first half where they blew off, and then I looked at that game. That's one of the first games I thought, I don't know what we can do here. I don't know who we can bring on to make a difference.
Yeah,
I literally had no idea for that, because I thought, we're not retaining the ball, so maybe that's somewhere we could go. So maybe getting Jota off or something.
Yeah, I didn't know what we did. I think the second half we played better because Everton attacked a bit more. That's why. So they opened themselves up defensively.
We wanted them to come forward.
Yeah, they opened up defensively, so it gave us a bit of a chance. But still, we weren't getting in there.
No.
So what did we need?
Recording in progress.
Good game.
Sorry.
Recording stopped.
Have you stopped the recording, Charlie? Are we? Have you disappeared?
No, I just don't have a
a video. You died.
That's it. Yeah.
Are you going to be off of the live stream?
No, you can still hear me.
Okay, I can still hear you.
Yeah, you could still hear me. That's all you need, people.
We can still hear him, people. No, like we changed it up second half. And Jamie, our brother, I was watching it with him, and he's like, "Is he on the bench?" And I said, "Who? What? Diaz? Who?" He goes, "No, is he on the bench?" I couldn't work it out. I was like, "Who are you talking about?" He said, "Origi." I was like, "Oh," I said, "I don't know. I don't know. Maybe." And I wasn't even thinking about Origi.
No.
And then Klopp brought him on, and what a difference! Brought him on, brought Henderson on, and Diaz on. It was perfect. Absolutely played it perfectly. Henderson was brilliant. That's one player I did say I wanted to see maybe Keita come off and.
Yeah, I thought Keita didn't quite fit in.
No, I don't think that game was
Suited.
his.
No,
No.
It was not suited for him, was it?
No. I think Thiago picked up on it as the game went along. He was getting those little interceptions, those little tackles in the second half. Started really doing that well. I think I did think Jota was the type of striker that we would need. And I even compared him to Fowler, which I know I've said in the past that he's not Robbie Fowler, but I meant like a Fowler type striker. So I thought maybe he can make that difference. But no, he changed it up, did well. Diaz was brilliant. Henderson was fantastic. Origi was magical again. I know he just did a little pass for the first goal, but
it would help. It's the
yeah,
magic of Origi, wasn't it?
Yeah,
really.
Magical Origi appeared yet again. It was brilliant.
He just performed. And he managed to get his goal in the end.
Good header. We were joking about him possibly getting a header against old short arms, and he went and did it. it's mental. You can tell even Klopp was like, this was like throwing. He was just throwing the kitchen sink at this point. Like, let's see what happens.
Well,
and it worked.
Well, the P-Rex couldn't save that one.
No. Have you seen that picture of someone throwing a T-Rex, blow up T-Rex on the pitch, and the stewards were taking it out?
Did it wink?
It winked and then it fell on the ball. That's the highlight of the game, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's face it.
That was the highlight. Good.
Wind up, time wasting crap, and just Alisson seeing it. He didn't smirk. He just played it like the straight man in a comedy duo, and it's perfect. The crowd went crazy.
What was the other good moment? I know Diaz did that sort of touch.
That bit of skill. Just him. Diaz being Diaz. It was good. All these bits. I think Henderson coming on. Henderson fighting for that ball and then crossing it in.
Yeah.
To set up the Origi goal.
I was like, we need Henderson because I don't think Keita is doing it, or he's not strong enough, because he weren't getting past
he's
players.
not going to do that.
Yeah.
Which is annoying because he can do that.
We needed Henderson to play it safe and
to fight.
Sort of, yeah.
He started doing exactly what they were doing. You could tell he was taking the piss. Yeah. He was rolling around on the floor. He was really playing up each foul. He was shoving it in faces, which is good. Good. I bet they didn't like that. And then old fat Frank had to go on about never getting penalties at Anfield and like. Have you seen how Salah and Mane are treated? They absolutely booted every game.
It's
and they get nothing
because he's got convenient Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And most of
do you know what he didn't
people
attack
that
the players
moan have it, don't they? Most of these people that complain suddenly got Alzheimer's and they can't, oh, what happened? Oh, we don't get those decisions.
He's fat Frank again with the fans, so it's all right. Deservedly so. But yeah, it was a brilliant performance from the team.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, lads.
That was a second highlight. It was right at the end when I think it showed Ian Rush and his wife and Peter Reid as well. and some music started playing, and Ian Rush turned around to Peter Reid and was dancing right in front of him, trying to wind him up as well. It was good. It was good. We were winding him up. They were saying horrible chants and saying horrible crap,
I know.
but we won. It was a relief. I was very worried after that first half.
Oh my
didn't know
god,
where
I
we
was
were
so
going.
frustrated from
Yeah.
They were frustrating us. If that was their task, they did it perfectly.
It worked. Yeah. Do you know who should get special well done is Matt.
Oh, Matip.
Was brilliant.
I'd say he
Absolutely
man
brilliant.
of the match. Matip.
Yeah. Fantastic performance. Did everything it was meant to do. Plus, he didn't have the cover from Brent at times. But Salah in the second half was getting back and defending.
Salah did really well. Despite him not scoring, he did really well.
Got an assist, 22 goals, 13 assists.
Yeah, top on both.
Yeah, top on both now. We just got to hope that these next results are going to go our way and not.
Well, we're going to have a tricky match against Newcastle. That's for sure.
We have got the harder matches just on current form of those players, of those teams. I mean, like City have got Leeds. Leeds could be a hard game.
That's what I think. Leeds might be a hard game.
They've got Newcastle. Maybe that game might be a big one because it'll be the Saudis against,
Yeah, they have to win, don't they, Leeds? Because they're right down in the relegation zone. So anything can happen.
Yeah, so they need those points, and they can put in a good performance. I don't think they've put one in against City yet. The West Ham game could be more important as we get closer to the end, and of course the Aston Villa game. Gerrard's going to be getting the boots on for that one.
Gerrard's going to be coming on.
Yeah. A thunder bastard of a shot will go flying in the top corner.
Can you imagine?
Can
you imagine if we just came on?
The Villa fans are getting a bit peed off with him now. They say he's not committed to the team. Doesn't want to be there. You are where you are.
Yeah, you're Aston Villa. It's no disrespect, but you're not going to be up there winning the league, are you?
No, you're lucky to still be in the league. So
you need more up there. You can't just have Coutinho and then a few others.
Yeah, they rely too much on the past, Villa.
Yeah, I know Gerrard wants to really be the Liverpool manager.
Yeah, but he knows that's the future right now. They've had how many? Oh God, they've had 4 losses and then a draw. Oh no. But they did lose 4-0 to Tottenham, which was, how the hell did that happen?
Let's put the table up and see what's going to happen. What could happen?
Well, Villa aren't technically out of the relegation zone, as in they're not completely away from it. So chances are they're safe.
Yeah, let's look at the bottom, because Leeds have got how many points? They've got 33.
They've got 33. Burnley got 31.
And Everton.
They've played 33. Everton have played 32, and they got 29. Ooh, not looking so good now, is it?
No. It might work out for us, because Aston Villa are right down there now.
Yeah, they need those points. It could get to a point where they need those points at the end of the season as well. So, come on, man, come on. I want to see Newcastle put in a performance against City as well, not just against us. It's a bit scary, isn't it? Oh God, this is getting too much.
It is getting a bit scary, isn't it?
Yes. So close to the end of the season as well, which is, it's just flown past.
I know. I'm surprised.
We've got we have a comment from Lee Spicer. I get that right? Hi guys, finally got on to watch. Keep the good work up. We will, Lee.
We'll do our best.
We'll do our best, which is everyone else's worst. Maybe we'll be drunk one day.
As you can tell, I'm not a professional at doing this online stuff because I keep going around the sites and it's showing them on it. Sorry about that, but you get the idea and you get what the table looks like.
What's this going on, Tony? What's this statistics thing you've got up?
I know. That's the YouTube
right. So we've
statistics.
got the top of the league as well. We don't normally talk about other teams, as in what they're doing. Only if it has any
involvement
connection to us.
yeah,
involvement.
Basically, yeah.
But yeah, so top four. See, none of the top four teams, but we're playing Tottenham.
Mm-hmm.
We've got West Ham as well, who are close.
Let's zoom in.
Positions as well.
Let's zoom in.
Zoom in. All right.
So, what are your predictions for Liverpool winning the league, really?
My heart says yes. My head says yes.
My brain says yes.
I am also mental. No. No, I look. It's all on. It's all cities to lose, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's only a point difference, but a point difference with 5 games to go, and you're Manchester City, and you've just battered. I know it's only Watford, but they just won 5-1.
Yeah.
It's for them to lose it, but if we just keep up, I think our games being harder games. Well, I say some of them because they've got similar games to us as well.
So let's go with the fixtures. Yeah. Where do I go? Let's go to Liverpool.
Well, for some reason I've got Aston Villa's fixtures. Right, we've got Liverpool's. Okay, so we've got the Newcastle game, which is served Man City. They've got Aston Villa, so have we. Hopefully, Aston Villa have a little slip up in that game. The Southampton game's been postponed. I don't know whether it is for the 15th. I doubt it because we play in the FA Cup final the day before. Our final game is Wolves, so hopefully by that point, Wolves have they're on holiday by then. They're on a beach and they've got no players left.
But Wolves could still get into Europe.
Well, okay, so they're in Europe. By the time they play us, they're already in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
It's going to be tough.
But like I said, if we've got Tottenham, which is a harder game, then after that, I think we're all right. We've got Newcastle. That could be a hard game. It could be a piece of piss.
Might be a piece of piss.
Yeah, it could be a piece of piss for us. You don't know. You just don't know. I do think that the 2-2 draw with City will come back to bite us in the arse.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do. Because they're and Newcastle, West Ham, Aston Villa. Look, we're playing similar games. It's just going to be. It's going to come down to if we get any injuries. It's going to come down to because all our players seem to be on form now. We seem to be able to take a player out, put a player in, and they give us a performance. They give us something. Like Ricky coming on, or Henderson, or Diaz seems to be ready to perform whenever he comes on.
Do you
So
think?
you've got that going for us.
So do you reckon we can win all our games? I've got the fixtures up finally now.
Right? Yeah, I do. I do think we can win all our games.
Even you,
But I also think they can as well.
yeah, because you look at all ours.
The Tottenham game's the one that worries me the most because they play the exact football that we do not want to play against.
I don't know what to think about any of them, to be honest.
No, it's right now. It's take each game as we go. So next game up is Villarreal on Wednesday. We concentrate on Champions League then. That's just how we got to do it.
This is how I'm
every
seeing
other
it.
team does it.
This is how I'm seeing it. I'm hoping Real Madrid get some sort of result against Manchester City,
Right.
which will mess up them mentally. And then when they play Leeds, it could happen.
Or a draw against Real Madrid, a really frustrating draw. They go into the next game. They've got that draw in their mind. And then Leeds, I don't know. They're bastards. They're in a real bastard mood right now, and they're going to absolutely smash every side in the league. I can see it. I can see us getting to the last game of the season, it being like that again. I can see it.
Are we both at home? Last game of the season.
I think are we at Wolves? I think we're at Wolves. No, we're at home. So both teams at home. It depends when we play our Southampton game as well, because that's postponed from the 15th. That means it will either be after the FA Cup, but it'll be closer to that Wolves game. So
then again, if Man City get to the final of the Champions League, they'll have their game postponed as well, won't they?
But we might be the team that they're playing in the final.
Yeah.
So
let's hope so.
See, look, this is why I don't like doing any of this. Like, what could happen if this happens, if that happens? Let's look at the fixtures, because anything can happen. It's football. It's mental. It's crazy. It's unpredictable, and it's also very predictable. Yeah, it's all those things.
I know you could easily just say what could happen, but that might not happen. That you're just going by what should happen on paper than in reality.
Yeah, on paper, it looks like we could go all the way to the end of the season, winning it all our games.
Same with Manchester City. It looks easy, doesn't it?
And then it's just a point. They win by a point again. But that could very well happen. But I suppose that's what's meant to make it exciting, and for us to look forward to these games, which is what we should win. And even if we don't win it, we should just be impressed. We're going to get slated by the opposition fans, bottlers, all that stuff.
I know.
But they're not there. Look, if there was no City, we would be miles ahead of all these other teams. We would have won the league, very quickly.
Think about if there was no Liverpool, how far ahead Man City would be.
Exactly. There's no team catching them.
No.
So they need us
exactly
to keep them from running away with the league all the time. I know they say the two best teams in the league, and this is the best sort of football-wise rivalry between two teams, and maybe statistically and quality of the teams, it probably is. And I don't think we need, and I don't that all that stuff about there's no sort of a needle or bitterness or sort of a aggression between the two managers. There is. They might play nicey with the shaking of hands and the hugs but you look at them two. Guardiola looks like a lunatic. I've never seen someone overreact to anything like he does. You know, a hug, a shaking of the hands. Everything's trying to go one up on
I
Klopp.
know.
It's mental.
Because he just doing it for showboating or showboast or.
I don't know whether this is his mind games. This is his equivalent of mind games.
Because he was saying, "Oh, I don't know
which is
what."
aggressive handshakes.
Yeah, and then he was like, "I don't know what I'll do with all these injuries or something." Got.
Oh yeah, all that rubbish.
Yeah, De Bruyne,
we're really bad, and then
De Bruyne wasn't playing for one game. Well, he was on the bench, and then he played in the next game.
That could be a key, you know. Anything happens to De Bruyne,
yeah, but something
that could affect them.
Yeah.
Did he play in the last game? The 5-1?
Yeah.
I think he did, didn't he? Yeah, he got a couple of assists as well. So, yeah, without him, they don't look as good.
One man.
And he's
one man.
Yeah, they're one man team. One man team. There you go. Well, it is. He's the link. You know, that's something that we could talk about in the Liverpool game. I did it myself. Where you know when Trent wasn't playing very well in the first half, his passes were poor. He wasn't getting in the right positions. He just wasn't doing it. Yeah. And you're like, oh, you know, we need him to get a ball here. We need him to do. He's 23, and we're relying on him again. You know, it's a Gerrard situation all over again. It's the Steve McManaman situation. It's the Michael Owen situation. Yeah, it's like, well, you have to rely on that player to do it. Although we've got all these brilliant players around him, you know, we still were looking for like, when's Trent going to get that ball in? You know, that's why we need other people to step up sometimes and sort of do that extra bit. And they did do it. You know, I don't think he was involved with any of the goals. So Salah's cross and Henderson passed to, who was it? Passed it in to Origi. Oh, it was Diaz bicycle kick thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was it was meant to be a shot on goal, wasn't it? Really? Who knows with Diaz? Because it could have actually been a pass.
Yeah, I think he just obviously mishit the bicycle kick, but
yeah,
like you said, it could have been something that he's, you know, there's you can hit it into the ground. There are people that, you know, they do that on purpose because you get the bounce. So yeah, it could have been. Maybe we're just giving him too much credit.
Yeah, because he's Diaz.
Because he's the best. Yeah, I'm glad when he came on, he showed what he could do. And he didn't score or anything, but he did help set up the second goal and
he made a difference. He made a difference. Yeah, he gave us more options.
Yeah, it's good that we've got that. I forget that we have that. You know, I forget that. So used to the options being, you know, oh, we've got Origi to come on, or that's it. We don't have much else. So I'm still, even though it's near the end of the season, I've still got that. I still forget that we have Diaz and Jota and
I keep forgetting about Jota. It's like, oh yeah, we've got Jota as well.
Yeah, and we've still got Bobby to come back.
Good old Bobby. Hopefully he'll be back for the final
Champions League game. I think he might be back soon. I think he might be back soon. I don't think it'll be another sort of like month off or anything.
No.
I think he's going to be someone that's he's going to start getting injured a bit more because of his age. I think it actually is going to affect him more than some other players. I think his body will break down a little bit. So maybe just use him sparingly, not every game, or keep him going for a bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting into more steroids like Klopp supposedly does, you know.
Yeah. They're always fit and professional. Why is that?
Yeah, why are they always fit and like really wanting to play? I just don't get it. They're obviously cheating. No, they love the manager. They love the club. They got the right mentality. They were brought in because they had those things. That's why. And because they're on massive amounts of steroids as well.
Because they're on steroids, they're cheating. Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah, could we cheat? Okay, we're cheaters. No, Pep got done for that. Got done for steroids in Italy, and some of his players suddenly perked up a little bit once he was in charge. Look at Messi. He was a dwarf at one point.
Was he on
Don't know what he did with
steroids
him.
as well?
He was on like, I don't know what it was. It wasn't like HGH, but it was like a growth thing because he was, I don't know, technically a midget at one point.
Wait, man, wouldn't he get more hair? He seemed to do the opposite.
Well, steroids makes you bald, so if there's any evidence, Guardiola's
Does
been
it?
on the old steroids. Yeah, because it affects like it affects stuff with hair growth and things like that. So you see a lot of bodybuilders that are bald, and ones with very, very thick hair suddenly as well. Like, where did that come from?
Or
Is that a wig?
John Cena.
John Cena did a good John Cena thing though. He had lots of growth front and sides. It was just at the back there was that big bald spot, and he combs his hair over the back, so he's hidden it well.
Mm-hmm. Like
That's how John Cena thought.
Like John Cena, you can't see his baldness.
No. Little bald spots going. No, we can't. Although, is there any shots in any of the things that he's in from the back of his head?
No.
I think it's like plants or leaves in the way every time, or just stuff.
There's always objects there.
Yeah, there's always objects. Someone's hand. Oh, just something.
Like they do in like that Austin Powers film. Like one of their films.
That scene. Horrible scene. Yeah.
Where they sort of block it.
Yeah, every time there's a naked person on screen, they always have it blocked off.
Or cuckoo clock or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or they're barbecuing sausages.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you like a sausage?
Yes, and then they're biting it.
Down low as well, for some reason.
Delicious.
This is why we shouldn't stream live.
No. We somehow got onto John Cena and sausages.
Eating sausages live.
Should we talk about Should we talk about Richarlison's naughty challenge, as they keep saying, when it was just a blatant red card?
Yeah. Well, on Henderson.
Yeah.
Well, he did that as well. He was fouling people as well. Right. He should have been off. He should have been done for diving, and he should have been done for that and off. But then again, saying that, Mane should have got sent off, really, because he pushed someone in the face twice in that big kerfuffle after the Richarlison lying on the floor like a child in a supermarket. Just leave him. He'll get up. And we play on, and he got fouled by Corey. And what happened then? That's when the whole big ruckus happened.
I know, it was all boiling over. I thought, why then? Yeah. It was going to happen.
But that's what Everton wanted, wasn't it? They wanted that from the start. So I suppose we gave them that, But then while that was all happening, Mane pushed Holbert. Is his name Holbert? I always get his name wrong. Holbert sounds wrong. Holgate. He pushed Holgate in the face, and Alan, the funniest Brazilian name in the world. We bought a Brazilian. Really? Yeah. What's his name? Alan. Oh.
Like those scammers.
Steve.
It's like those scammers in Bangladesh. Their names are like Paul.
They're not scammers. They normally work for like companies, but they for some reason have to give themselves an English name because otherwise we wouldn't trust them.
It's Paul.
So we trust them more when they
I am Paul Derrick.
Yes. My name's Steve McQueen. You sure that's your real name? Oh yes.
John Wayne.
Your name's John Wayne. Miss.
My name's John Cena.
John Cena. If only, eh? Could meet John Cena, eh? A bald man who's done well in life. That's what he's got over The Rock. His hair.
Well, The Rock's got money. He could have just had big hair if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. You get all these really super rich people like the Bezos at Amazon, or if suppose you had Elon Musk, he got the old wigified hair done, didn't he?
Mhm.
So you got him, you got Bezos, you got like all these super rich people that are bald, and they never get their hair done. I find it suspicious. Very suspicious. I wonder why. Well, there you go. That's why. Because they're super rich. They don't need hair. They don't need to
Well,
attract
when
people
people
with
get
hair.
their hair done, it does not look good.
No, it
really.
looks either sort of stapled on or a head wound. Like, I suppose they're meant to be getting better at it. There's some, like most of Hollywood is either wearing kind of wigs or they've had that hair stuff done.
Or that,
And a lot of the women wear that.
Or they look like old mafia sort of bosses.
Yeah.
They get that sort of.
Yeah, it's very thick black.
Yeah. Hey, I like your
I'm
hair,
trying to think.
boss. What do you say?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Natural. Looking natural there, boss. Yo.
Don't worry, I'm just busting your balls.
Yeah. These people wouldn't last. They wouldn't last.
Whack.
If you questioned the boss's hair, they're dead. They're in a forest somewhere.
Completely dead.
Saying, please, Polly, you make my brother. And that's when they get.
Hey, boss, we're going to have no one left.
Don't question the hair. It's simple.
Maybe you should get your hair done then.
You.
None left. He's
Yeah,
the only one.
Wipe out the
That's it.
Yeah, he is the whole mafia then, whoever this guy is. So there you go. That's how we've solved the mafia. I think last couple of episodes ago we solved racism. We solved that. Hey, we're solving everything here. Just throw these things at us. We'll solve them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was bald talk.
Let's talk bald.
Let's talk bald.
Plus, there's nothing wrong with being bald. So.
No, there isn't. There better not be.
Embrace it, I say.
You can say.
I can say, yeah. Well,
I'll wait for it to get you.
I've decided. Don't get stressed about anything. Do your best.
That's how you're hanging onto your hair. It's by not getting stressed out. Nothing stresses you.
Nothing's
You can have nerves like steel. You could go and like, we need someone to a bomb. Let's say dissolve bomb. What do they call those people?
Bomb disposal.
Bomb disposal. Yeah, you could be one of those people.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have like one of those big sort of impact kit things. You don't have any of those on. You just go in. You know, this guy's he's got no steel. Look at him. Why was it again? Was it the blue or red one? Huh? We'll just have a look, hey. Boop. They realise that your stress levels are so down because you're keeping onto your hair.
That's why there's mafia bosses with they don't have wigs anymore. They just have people that are not stressed.
Yeah.
Because then no one can
Is the mafia a thing anymore? Really? You know? Not really a thing anymore, are they? I ain't seen a mafia person in years, to tell you the truth.
Or with their power suits.
Yeah. Don't see them anymore. Don't see them in tracksuits. Just don't see them anymore. I don't hear about them in the news.
Well,
the mafia bosses that are caught.
Well, you won't see them in England.
No, only if it's some kind of sitcom where they have like someone going over to Italy, and then they have them come over here and they have to eat English food and they can put that. You eat this slap? Go get my cooking.
From the 80s to 90s sitcom.
Yes.
Series.
Yes. I've not updated myself since the 80s or 90s. The best years of TV. Although really it wasn't.
No. You look back and go, hey.
I don't know. All my comedies are spanning from the 80s to like current. Some 70s stuff actually. Let me think. Is Taxi 70s or was that early 80s?
It started off in the 70s, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure because Doc, Christopher, what's his name? Come on, Tom, you can remember this. We have to stay here for 2 hours. You're gonna remember this.
That's why it's an hour long so far.
Yeah, Christopher. What's his name? Let's have a look.
Should we say
I can't remember.
Christopher Doc?
Christopher Doc. Let's have a look. What? Christopher. Oh no, I've looked up Doc Emmett Brown, not the actor. Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, Christopher.
He was in an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in an episode of Cheers. Now I don't know whether he was in Taxi at that point, so I don't think he was. And Cheers started in early 80s.
He was quite young then, obviously.
Taxi. All right, here we go. Taxi was 78 to 83, so it was late 70s.
So that was right, correct.
Pratt. It's official, Pratt. And he appeared in 1984, in 2 episodes of Cheers, which I remember quite clearly because I didn't see them long ago. Not too long ago, anyway. Well, there you go. That's your Christopher Lloyd talk as well. We've had everything. Liverpool, ball talk, mafia talk, Christopher Lloyd talk.
Had it all, guys. Had it all.
We've had it all. Yeah. Well, what more can we add? We've got Villarreal coming up next. They don't want us to disrespect them like they're some kind of mafioso. Get back to that again. Like the last team did. Bayern. They reckon Bayern disrespected them.
By what?
By turning up and being half-assed. I don't know how they disrespected them because they pretty much played a full team against them. But maybe they think because they turned up and they thought like, well, we're definitely going to win. Don't worry about it. And it didn't happen.
It's because we're in 4 cups.
Yeah, but what are they called? What are they called? The Yellow Submarine or something? What are they called, Villarreal? That's their nickname.
Yeah, it is.
I was right.
Because they mentioned 97, didn't they?
Yeah, they're called Yellow Submarine. So they have a link to obviously the Beatles. They have a link to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
And we've played it before. And they play not too dissimilar to what they play like now.
But do we have a good chance against them if we have a good team out? Or are we going to sort of rest players?
We'll obviously take it seriously, you know.
Because we are playing Newcastle at what, 12:30? Stupid time.
Yeah.
It's funny because Man City play tomorrow. Or do they play Saturday as well and they play later? Wow, amazing.
That's a shock.
Mm.
That's a shock, isn't it? But then again, did they play the last game? Like the game, not the league game, but the game before. Was that the FA Cup?
Yeah, only because we were playing in that game.
Yeah, so we got a day after, didn't we? So we got a day there. I don't care. They can throw everything else. We're just going to turn up, do what we do, and carry on. You know, we can't guarantee that we're going to beat Villarreal.
No,
you know, we can't.
We can't guarantee any of the matches really. We've just got.
But if you look at it, go on.
We got a good chance. That's all I can say. Then, yeah, we'll win.
Yeah, if you look at it, if you're Villarreal, you're going to be looking at that game like, this is a very hard game. This is one of the top teams in the world, not just in, Europe, but in the world of football.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose Europe is now the centre of football now, right now, because we haven't got a good enough Brazil team. The Argentina team's aged. There's other teams around the world that are okay, but Europe is the centre. Yeah, so they must look at us thinking this is a very hard game. So hopefully, maybe they'll do what Everton did.
Well, what will they do?
Try and make it frustrating for us. But they're not that type of team. They're a passing team. They like to pass their way out of trouble.
Well, they did beat
So,
Valencia 2-0.
They don't have many chances.
Hmm.
They don't have many chances in the game, and so hopefully we can. I don't know. I don't know how that game's going to go. So it'll be interesting to see. They're not a massive huge scoring team. So
No, they're not.
So let's see. They did a really good thing by beating Man United in the UEFA Cup final.
Yeah, and they are 7th in the league, which means nothing.
Exactly.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. So that game, I'm not saying a result. I'm saying we're winning or losing it. I think we're going to turn up for it. How much effort we're going to put in, who we're going to play, it depends. I think we'll play pretty much, the team that we've got now, but put Kanate in instead of Matip.
I think so.
I don't think we'll change the fullbacks.
No? Simicast?
No.
Not going to get in?
No. I think we're going to have Robertson and Trent in there, and I think Trent or Robertson won't play against Newcastle.
What I think Gomez and Simicast, they work as well.
Yeah, the only problem with Gomez I have is that Trent, who people say can't defend, remember, he does keep team players offside.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at that.
Yeah,
he's probably better than he's better than Van Dijk was in that game.
Yeah, he played the high line.
Yeah,
really well.
We know what we're doing. We did,
but
well
we know
it,
Kanate is a little slow on the high line. Not always.
I don't think it's necessarily Kanate. I think it'd be like Gomez was keeping them on last when that back four was with Gomez, Matip, Kanate, and Tsimikas.
I'm gonna say Van Dijk hasn't had his best season, but when he's in the side, everyone else is comfortable.
He has not had a good first half because he was coming back from a massive injury.
Yeah.
It was like 10 games in before we actually saw like Van Dijk being Van Dijk again.
I still reckon we're going to see the best Van Dijk next season, like back to normal, unless Everton injure him again.
I think we're going to see a peak. He'll start hitting being proper Van Dijk within the last 4 games. He'll know when to step up now. I think what we saw in the Everton game.
So he's going to push himself.
Was flashbacks of that game where he got his knee done.
Mm-hmm.
I think every time we play Everton, that's always in his head. So that game especially, you could see he was nervous. He wasn't himself. So I think the second half he was a bit more comfortable. So I think I think I'm not worried about Van Dijk. All the players,
No, I'm not.
He's too commanding. He did a good thing in that game. He moved when that big sort of ruckus was happening. He was moving players away. He moved Jota away from it. He moved, so he was doing doing a good sort of captain role.
I think we need a good performance at home against Villarreal.
Yes,
because we got the away game afterwards, which.
Yeah, we need to put them to the sword. Newcastle have been very good at home past 5 games.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be a tough game.
It is, and they've got some pacey players up front. They're scoring goals. They seem to be more of a team now. So, yeah, so it's a worrying game. But even if we get just a 1-0 win against Newcastle,
I don't care.
Like if they can put them a performance, and then they could take that similar performance to Man City and beat them. I'm planning the rest. I'm doing it again. I'm planning the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Each game as it comes. So
You're playing
Villarreal first. Dead air.
Oh, it's because I couldn't hear because of the stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why there was dead air. But
Dead air.
You're basically planning it like it's gonna happen that way when.
Yeah, I'm doing it again.
Ain't gonna happen that way, is it?
No, we can't. I don't. Yeah, there's no point.
Because if it did happen that way, we won the league.
Yeah.
And we've won.
Although
the
my predictions during games, I'd say is about 90% correct.
Well, you were worried about the Man City game, weren't you? When.
Yeah. Oh, what the FA Cup game?
No, the league game. I'm not talking about the FA Cup.
Yeah, the league game. I was very worried about that game.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell the players were.
You know what? I wasn't worried about the FA Cup game. Because they were resting players, and I wasn't worried about the Man United game either. Weird.
I was.
For the first
it's
time.
just Man United. I always do. But as soon as I saw Ronaldo wasn't playing, I thought.
Yeah, I was more worried about the Everton game.
Oh yeah. I'm maximum worried about the Tottenham game. That's the one I'm most worried about.
So put your bets.
Harry Kane.
Put your bets on Tottenham winning, because Tom's wide.
Yeah,
and he's obviously 90% right.
So I'm maximum worried. So put all your money on that. Put your house on that. Oh, it's worrying. Each game as it comes. Take each game and all that.
Oh, whatever happens. At least Liverpool are actually putting their full pelt into it.
Yes.
It's insane what you have to do now to win the league.
Yeah, like currently, right now, you've only lost 2 games. That's it. That's you've won the league 10 years ago. That's it. You've won the league. Yeah, you only lose 2 games. That's mental. Like that is how perfect we have to be.
And it's so strange because Man City have lost 3 games, and it's because of us drawing mainly.
Yeah,
far too many.
Those draws are. Yeah, I know. But it's happened.
We'll see anyway.
It's happened. Yeah, we'll see. So as each of these episodes comes along, we get closer and closer to it. We'll see how anxious we get.
I'm bored.
We'll see if Charlie's hair finally falls out.
Yeah.
So we'll keep.
I might be bored.
We'll count Charlie's hair.
Ding, ding each game. That was it. That episode of Tom and Jerry.
Is it an episode, or is it just a show? I don't know. What would it be? Is it an episode? Did they call it an episode? Was it? Because they used to show them at the cinema.
Alright, we'll just say Tom and Jerry. I always call it one of the
Tom and Jerry cartoon. The episode one. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it's an episode. I think episodes is like a series of something.
Yeah, but that's what it reminds you of. That the little Western cowboy.
Wearing little cowboy. Yeah.
Was he a relative in for Jerry?
I think it was his uncle. Wasn't he an uncle of Jerry?
And he played that guitar, and then he lost a string, and then he had to use Tom's whiskers.
No, but he was on TV, so they're watching him on TV
at the end. Yeah.
And that's when he does it. And then his guitar snaps, the string snaps. And Tom laughs. And Tom laughs like mental.
and it happens to him. So basically, that's what Liverpool are gonna do to me. They're like that uncle, and my hair's the whiskers.
There you go. So you've had something explained to you that really you didn't ever want to hear, and probably still makes no sense. But
we got something else in the chat, Tom. If you can check it out, Tom's the chat person. So so you can check out what people.
How's
are
it,
saying.
guys? Liverpool need to respond to Haaland and potentially Kane to City and United. Well, Kane can't go to City and United. Do we go midfield plus right back cover or Salah back up? Well, it depends, Dave. It really does. It depends.
Thank you for your question, Dave. By the way.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.
Mhm.
Yeah, look, Haaland, we can't match him. Like, we can't get him. Kane,
financially, we can't do it.
no. Kane to United, or even Kane could still go to City. Depends. I don't think we're going to try and get someone like Kane. Although he'd be quite a good Firmino replacement.
But I'm going to say his age. I'm not being an ageist.
Kind of playing
But because of his age.
Yeah, he's like, what is he? Was he 29 now?
Mm-hmm. It was
so
still
29.
It'd be good for a couple of seasons still, wouldn't he? Obviously.
Yeah, I think the problem with him is he's a bit injury prone. Kane. We play high tempo, so I'm not sure. Like, I don't think it would work for us. All right. Yeah, I know you meant if Kane went to United, Dave. I was just making a joke, a jape. No, yeah. Look, those two signings for those two teams, we'll ignore United for now because they got a lot of work to do. Getting Kane in is not going to solve their problems.
No way.
But Haaland to people will say how good like he is as a player and how good City are as a team, but do they match? Haaland is very much a flat track bully. He'll beat those sides that are weak and small, but does he fit into City's play? Like, they're going to have to change a lot of things to get him in there. That was one of the things I was thinking about Liverpool getting him. I thought, I'm not sure how we'd use him, because when we play oh God, bloody, what's his name? Jota. We play Jota as a centre forward. He doesn't. I'm going to say it again. Ball retention. He doesn't retain the ball properly. We play Bobby up there. It's a bit better. Even Mane's better. So, like, does Haaland play a role where he can? I know he's a big man. He's 6'4" or something like that. He's a huge centre forward, but I'm not sure he plays that role. And can he set other players up? Can he? Like, he can't just play a centre forward role. I don't think it would work. Would you say a solid 8 purchase does more for us than a 9 for City? Yeah, but that's dependent. I know we struggle with consistency with number 8. I'm still a fan of Henderson. I still have hope for Keita, even though I don't think anyone else does. Like, as in long term, I don't think he's got very long in his contract either. But yeah, maybe look, we're looking at midfielders, so yeah, maybe we'll get some. Now, I think the team it works how it does. Thiago's coming into his own now, and
who would you have then? Who would you buy if you could in midfield?
What if Keita goes, or to get in a midfielder?
Just say Keita goes. Who would you replace him with?
Oh, there's plenty. There's all these young players. I wouldn't go for any. I don't know. There's Bellingham at Dortmund, who I think would be perfect for us.
Mm-hmm.
But he might cost a bomb again. We can't afford to pay those massive wages unless we're getting players out.
Klopp has to be 100% certain with players before he spends that much money.
Exactly. I mentioned it before. Mm-hmm. It's not just buying a player. You're because there's lots of players that are good. Like Haaland, we could go for Haaland, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And if his attitude is wrong, like he's too big-headed, like Ibrahimovic was at Barcelona. Yeah, his attitude was wrong for them, right? It was right for other teams, but it was wrong for them. So Haaland could come in and he could be just a big-headed, disrupt the team. He might be consistent on the pitch, but then eventually it will affect the whole team. Like someone like that can affect the whole team. I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying that could happen. But yeah, I don't know. People don't rate Keita. Forget he's trying to replace Genie. Yep, true, and he's absolute beast work rate. Yeah, it's a hard job. Bellingham, yeah, is unreal, but not our type of signing. Cavalier makes so much sense. Yeah, us signing Carvalho, brilliant. I'm glad we got that sorted out before the season, because I think other players and other teams were coming for him. Yeah, Keita is the job that he's doing is hard. He does work hard, Keita. I just think physically he doesn't have what Wijnaldum had. I think he's a bit more alert than Wijnaldum, because Wijnaldum could go missing in some games.
But Ronaldo in the bigger games, so
yeah, he turned up for those big games. So when we needed that. Yeah. But I think Keita. I just think he's just been that injury that he got right at the start when we signed him, and then he went off to the African Nations Cup, the previous one, and he got injured there. He was played with an injury, and he never kind of got back to being what he was then. I think he's slowly getting back now, and we might have to sort of rest him and things like that. But yeah, I've still got a bit of hope for Keita. He's technically a brilliant player. It's just, I think physically the games, sometimes he just gets bullied out of them, which Wijnaldum didn't. Wijnaldum was like made out of steel. He never got injured. It was very hard to get the ball off him. We haven't kind of replaced that, but I think what we've done is we changed it around by having Thiago in there, a bit more technical than Wijnaldum.
But Carvalho, would he be able to suit the Premier League and the toughness?
Yeah. I don't know whether he's going to come straight in and we'll have him on the bench and he'll do like what's little midget man? What's his name? Midfield, young. My brain has gone. I apologise.
It's a late night.
Yeah. I think I don't know if Carvalho will come straight in. I don't know if we might even loan him out. But I think he's looking like he could actually
Recording
do pretty well
in progress. Recording stopped.
Sorry. Carry on.
Silly question, but would you guys loan Curtis? And what do you think? Elliot. There we go, Elliot. Elliot's master plan is by Block. Is it right wing or midfield? Shaqiri, yeah. Do you know what? Elliot does remind me of a sort of Shaqiri character. He's not quite as strong, but he's that little short, stocky guy. And it was quite hard for Shaqiri to get into games. But yeah, I can see Elliot. I think Elliot's going to be midfield. I don't want to see him right wing, so I don't think it's worked with him there. And what about Curtis? What do you think, Charlie?
I think.
Are we going to loan him?
I don't reckon we should loan him. No, I just think his attitude can be a bit. What's the word? Bad.
I was going to say lazy, but not lazy. Nonchalant. No, I think games sometimes are just a bit hard. He's another one that's not physically strong.
I've seen him in many games, and he's done really well by controlling play and sort of
technically
hitting forward, just being positive. But there's other games where he just doesn't. He doesn't. He's not in it. He gets too frustrated.
Yeah,
and he gets annoyed.
Yeah, but that's how games are. You're going to get games. People forget how young he is. He's a young player.
I wouldn't loan him out.
No, because we need him. We don't have many sort of his type of player. And I think considering his age, people they're too quick to criticise
I
some of our
know,
young players.
because it's like Trent. He's an old man now. He's only 23.
Yeah, 23. He's a granddad now.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be like the new Trent like next week.
Oh, of course. They already had it with Messi when Messi was like 21. They had the new Messi. I'm thinking, what about the old Messi? He's just started. No, look, the future looks good for us. It's all dependent on if teams like Man United, if they get going quickly, that's another one to worry about. If Newcastle, if they do stay up, which is looking like they are, they're going to have a revamp. They're going to get in a load of players. They're going to have like limitless money. We're going to have a lot more to worry about than just Man City.
I remember when Woodburn got in and Trent and Woodburn got in the senior side, and I was like looking forward to seeing Woodburn, but it was Trent. So you don't know.
Yeah. Well, Trent was playing. He was playing. Remember, look, I kept saying he's going to be a midfielder.
Those two were doing really well in the youth side. That's why. Trent and Woodburn.
Well, like Jamie was saying, the Trent was like a sort of Steven Gerrard character. Yeah. Okay. Loving your answers, guys. Very well informed. Thank you. Curtis is going to struggle for him time. Yeah, it's true. It's tough. But I would give him one Prem loan to boost him. Think of Conor Gallagher, similar player who has risen. I think Conor Gallagher, as good as he is, he's quite restricted in his play. I don't think he creates many chances. I think he's an all action type player. I think Curtis has got more about him out of the two.
Yeah, but do you think if Curtis Jones went off on loan, he'd lose a bit of confidence because he's the type of player that wants to just play for Liverpool?
Yeah, he loves Liverpool, and I think he might think it's like a mark against him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, look, I wouldn't loan him out because I think we need him, and I don't know who's coming in.
And the thing is, we do get injuries.
I could see, yeah, we do get a lot of. We've had hardly any recently, which is great.
Touch wood.
For example. Yeah. I'll touch wood. See, I went for the safe option there. Yeah. No, I think maybe, yeah, look, I think maybe Jones could go on loan. But I think Klopp loves him. I know he hasn't played him a lot recently, but I think he loves him. So I'm not sure that he would yet.
I actually like the way he links up play. If you actually take a closer look.
Yeah, because he played in the front three. He played like a sort of more forward role when he started.
It was like a striker, wasn't he?
Yeah, sort of on the wing, like a bit more like Salah.
Yeah.
So him moving into midfield was pretty amazing that he got comfortable there, and he was getting decent there. I guess the same with Keita. I think physically, he's not short. That's the thing. I think he might be like just on the mark for 6 foot. But he's not short. So like he can pack on a bit of muscle, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might give him confidence too. Right. So might give him confidence too. It's tough. Okay. What do you guys think we do with Ox? Oh God. He had very visibly frustrated. Yeah, he was frustrated. Yeah. And Newcastle easily melts the player like that. Yeah, I think.
Well, my thing was we should have kept playing him because that's the only way he's going to get confidence. But then,
if you look at some of the earlier shows, we said that, didn't we?
Yeah, and I wanted him to keep playing because he has so much potential. Like he probably had at Arsenal. I think because of injuries or his confidence, I don't know what it is.
I think he's gone past the age of potential now. He's 28 or something now, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, but that was the.
Yeah, I know. I think he's got a lot of ability, Chamberlain. A lot of ability. I think his end product at times is a bit random. But yeah, I think he's going to go. I think he'll be sold, and maybe someone like Newcastle. Yeah, perfect sort of a situation for him. He'll get games. We'll love him because he'll take players on and stuff. It's just for us, his injury record has been terrible. So
would they take him though? Because they've got all that money now, and next season they might, boost up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They can't just go straight in with buying, like, we're going to buy Mbappe, we're going to buy Haaland, we're going to
they
buy.
won't. They won't get those. They have to be in
because they've got
the Champions
League. They've got no Europe.
Yeah,
they've got no Champions League. They've got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to start with sort of middling, like when you play Football Manager, and you put a cheat on to have like loads of money. Yeah,
I reckon it'll take like 2 to 3 seasons before they can like get up there.
Yeah, I think basically all of Newcastle's team right now, bar maybe Maximilian, and Bruno. We'll call him Bruno. Apart from that signing and who they've got already, I think most of that squad's going to go, including the manager. I don't think the manager will stay on, which I think is dumb because I think he's a good manager. We haven't moved more than 2 squad members on in recent seasons. So if that's the same this season, which 2 are most likely to leave? Yep, Newcastle are buying unwanted players of good quality. Right. I think Chamberlain will go. I think maybe Gomez.
You know what? I don't want Gomez.
I don't want him to go.
No, I don't want Gomez.
No, I don't want Gomez to go. But I think he might go.
I think because
imagine if they get those 2 players. That's perfect for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'd be brilliant at Newcastle. I don't want him to be brilliant at Newcastle, but I think he would be brilliant. Gomez, I think Chamberlain would be good there. They might even come in for someone like Bobby, which would be absolute madness.
Would
I don't think they would
go?
I don't think they get Salah. Bobby wouldn't go, but that club is perfect for Bobby. Absolutely perfect. They love someone like him. He gives like 1,000,000%. He's always smiling.
I'm surprised Origi
never gives up.
Didn't go there.
He still could. He didn't say he's leaving the Premier League, did he? Just said he's leaving Liverpool. Oh no, he's going to AC, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to AC, isn't he? He's going to AC Milan.
Yeah.
That's
a
surprise.
No, not really, because they don't have to pay a transfer for him. It's just his wages. So for me, it's for Origi and Ox. That's 30 mil minimum for Kitty. Then it's up to the new. Oh yeah, the new man that comes in to do our transfers. Yeah, I don't know. I think Chamberlain's going, and I hope Gomez isn't going. But if he's not playing, and they need someone in defence like they do, I could see it being him. But that'd be some money back. Hopefully, we get money for winning all 4. Winning all 4 competitions.
Then Salah leaves and goes there. What?
Yeah, the Salah situation annoys me. He says it's not for money. He goes, the fans will know what it's about.
Yeah, he said.
Sorry, Salah, I don't know what it's about.
Is it because Liverpool need to build their club a bit more, bring in more players? Is that the reason, Salah?
Well, he's not said exactly what it is. He did say a bit of like it's reinvestment. It's this. He didn't mention money, but
there is a percentage of
money
being involved here. Definitely.
Yeah, I think he wants to get paid what the top players are getting paid.
Haaland.
In other things, we can't. The thing is, if we do that for him, we're gonna have to do that for Van Dijk. We're gonna have to do that for Alisson. We're gonna have to do that for all our top players. We can't have a wage structure that's going through the roof. Yeah, we're run like a proper business.
Yeah,
we're not run by an oligarch or by a state. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a simple thing. No, it'd be sad if Salah goes, But I think they're looking at a guy that's 30 who's going to want over £400,000 a week. And they probably think, well, we could half that wage and get a couple of players in who were younger. Maybe even cut that into 3. You know, we could get 3 good players, and I think that's the way they look at it. It'd be crazy if he does leave, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised. We've had players leave before, very good players that we all loved. So yeah, so Dave's going for Origi and Oxen. Okay, with Salah we need to be unemotional. Yes, we need to be robot.
Robotic.
Yes, he is. He's like the other level type player. So either he gets, either he gets the money, can't get enough replacement, or I keep minimum 1 year. Okay. Yeah. You have 1 year left. I know this club, like I said, is a business. They don't want to lose money. If they can get 50 million for him at the end of the season, yeah, I think they'll take it. Sadly, and it depends who can afford that. You know, who are the teams that can afford that?
But that's
PSG.
The thing. It is a business for these owners, and
yeah,
you can't just like
exactly.
Oh, here you go, Salah. Have 400,000 a week or whatever. You know. Oh, Allison, you want that as well? Okay, here you go. They're gonna have no money left.
No,
there's gonna be no profit.
No, look at Man United have done that. Yeah, they got a load of players and they just gave them big contracts to stay around, even if they weren't performing, because they could afford to. They make so much money that they can pay those players that and not win trophies. It's insane.
I think it's like a respect thing. Then they need that money. They just want it because everyone else is guy, like you said, like Haaland or Mbappe, teams like that.
The difference with them is their manager now, he's going to probably go for a load of Ajax youth players and you know, players that he's seen around. He's not going to go for the big time players. So they're going to come in. They're going to have more of a natural team. They're going to take at least a couple of seasons to get back to anything. So, but I think they'll be a lot better next season, United. Sadly. So what, his current sell worth isn't enough for a replacement. Yep, it's true of his quality. So rather keep him and get a year and a half for the goals. That's my view. Keep the wage structure same as it. Yep. I want to keep the wage structure as it is. You know, eventually you have to up the wages just because we won't be able to keep the players that we've got. So, but as long as what we bring in, you know, the money we're winning with, we can actually put that into the team and into like wages. I think wages are one of the main things that becomes a problem.
Yeah. It's not buying players in particular, but
no. And we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to get Haaland. We're not going to go for like crazy. Although we're being linked to Mbappe again. Like we're the can spend 150 million on him or something.
Yeah, how much?
They might stock up and do it.
I don't even think it's that. Like you said, it's not that the 150. It's the actual wages he'll want, which I'm guessing is pretty high.
Our wages have gone up.
Yeah,
like massively over the past 3 years, like massively.
We don't know exactly how much, but it's roughly what 200,000 a week or something.
I mean, as a whole for the whole club. So like even a youth player coming in, or even you know, a mid-level player that's been there a while, like their wages are going up now. So, but we do it slowly in chunks, a bit like what Arsenal did. Like they had each, they didn't want to break it, and they did, and they messed up the club. So if you sold Salah now, 20 plus goals a year, yeah, we need to get someone that can get that. Mbappe's younger. Is our only option.
He might be good.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
we
Klopp,
can get Mbappe.
Klopp is known to get those sort of
Yeah,
types of
I'm
players.
sure there's players. There's players out there that they've looked at that. There was some youth tournament on. It was like a load of like PSG were in it, and like just a load of teams. Dortmund, they have a great load of youth players coming through. I'm sure Klopp's looked at them, and he knows. There's players in the league like who is at West Ham? Can't remember his bloody name. He is. He's been doing really well for West Ham.
Got a nose.
God, what's his name? Let's find out his name.
Google it. Google it.
I will.
Use your Google brain.
I use my Google brain. He's been really good for them. We've been linked to him. I don't know. I think, Jared Bowen. I think he's someone that Klopp could work with. He's 25, so he's not a youth player. Yeah, but that's someone we would sort of convert, like do a Salah to. We could convert him to that kind of role. But I think he would cost a load of money. He'd cost, more than 50 million. So, yeah, I don't know. We have youth players, and we would have started pre-Klopp. Yeah, I hope these lads find their feet. I'm not saying that guy's name. Yeah, I've heard of him.
Misalowski. Misalowski. There you go.
Yes. I know. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's another. What's his bloody name? He's another youth player we've got. He's just scored a shitload of goals recently. What's his name?
What do you think of Connor Bradley?
Connor Bradley. Just another youth player. He's just another youth player that we've got.
That's the
basically.
thing. They do very well in the youth team. But that doesn't mean they'll perform in the Premier League senior.
No. We've seen that a lot of players coming in that are going to be the next big thing. They're going to be this. They're going to be that, and then we find out, that they just can't do it, and then they disappear. Literally like they've gone.
Morton. Yeah, I thought he did pretty well. But
I think Klopp's clever. Klopp is clever with what he does with his players.
I think he is looking at him. He is looking at him.
That's it. Is it Oakley? Is it Oakley? Okay, yeah. Yeah, we've got Cade Gordon. Cade Gordon looks good. We've got the usual. We always have a player that's scoring a bundle of goals. We've always got a winger that's really good. There's always a defensive midfielder that's good. Like, always have these players, but Klopp's clever because he'll bring some of these players through. He'll have them play in the FA Cup. You might even bring them in a League Cup game. Yeah. That's right, Dave. That's what it is. The 17-year-old. Yeah, they've brought him through. I can't remember how many goals he scored. Do you know, Dave? Something like.
It's the same thing that happened with Woodburn, though.
30.
Woodburn did really well.
I think Woodburn came through at a different time. There's a tournament they play in Ireland. It's like a world-renowned tournament. Is it called the Milk Cup or something? It's like it's a tournament they have in Ireland, and like all the teams around the world, so that you're getting Brazilian teams, you're getting Italians, you're getting everybody. 23, 26. Okay, yeah. So he's got over 20 goals this season. Well, you knew more stats than me, Dave. Yeah, so around about 23 to 26 goals. Okay, yeah. The tournament that they have over in Ireland, and I was watching one from like 10 years ago, and there was a load of players. I'm like, I have no recollection of those players. I don't know who any of those are. And you see the odd one. I think Woodburn. You saw just the odd player, yeah. And that's those youth players that you don't see them, all of them come through. Yeah, you see the odd one or two. So like they're about 15, 16 or something when they're in this tournament. And so you've got those youth players, so they come through, yeah. Then a load of those will either be released or go to other clubs, and then you might get 3 or 4 out of that, yeah, maybe even less, like 3. So then they'll go into the next vat of players, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you'll get like, we get the usual lot that come through. Someone who looks really good, and we're desperate to see him in the first team, but we're not getting the same level of player that we'd get with like, we were lucky. We had an Owen, we had Fowler, we had McManaman. I think even I think we got Redknapp from Bournemouth. Like these youth players coming through. I want to see it. I want to see more.
I do, but I
more
don't want
sort
it
of
to be like
homegrown
another
players.
Michael Owen where they'll overplay him, play him till he like sort of his legs are
No,
ruined.
those
Yeah.
days are over now.
Yeah,
Those days are over.
So
We're not going to overplay.
you can't push him too much.
Yep, Britton Curtis, the exceptions. Yeah, we need to pull a Chelsea and get them out there and pull him back like Loftus-Cheek and Gallagher. Yeah, but I think those two, Loftus-Cheek especially, is being used as just like a tactic, so that if we send out a youth player, he can't play against us. Like Gallagher was playing real well for Crystal Palace, but as soon as he played Chelsea, couldn't play against him. So then that meant they had a weakness in their side. I don't know if they're changing the rules for that next season, where that can't be done. I don't know.
Only if it's against us.
But I'm not sure I want our players playing in the Premier League so much. I'm not sure.
Now,
I don't want them out.
I think they need to build. I think they need to build a bit of confidence.
Yeah, I suppose we've still got quite the old school way of doing things. We brought Michael Owen into the team. We brought, Robbie Fowler into the team. We didn't have Fowler go off anywhere.
Yeah.
We've done it a few times, but those players never came back. Harry Wilson, he ended up back. He ended up at Fulham, didn't he? Did he end up at Fulham? I think he did. I think he ended up at Fulham. Yeah. No, you're right, Dave. We need to get some of these players out, get them some experience. But then, I don't want them getting, a 17-year-old out there, as good as he might be.
Yeah.
Like you said, Charlie, don't Michael Owen him.
Yeah.
But right now,
because he'll end up getting a big injury, and then that'll be it. He won't be the same afterwards.
I think he was the ball boy. He was the ball boy that gave the ball to Trent. Corner taken quickly.
So basically, just take all the ball boys and.
Oh yeah, that's how we train our players. We just make them all ball boys, and somehow they get gifted some kind of magic. What a weird name as well.
I think
Cannoneer.
I think we've weakened Fulham enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what they do, though. That's what Chelsea do. Yeah. I think we are going to. I think Nico will go. I think he's a good player, Nico. Nico Williams. He's really come on really well. Yeah, I think he's a forward. I think he's more of a forward than a defensive player. Yep, Cannoneer was the ball boy. He's quoted in the media saying, "I want to be known for more." Well, that was a pretty good thing to be known for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone remembers that corner taken quickly. We won something doing that. He will be known for more. Yeah. Yeah, Nico's good enough for cover. Yeah, I can see that. He's more of a sort of attacking right back than Gomez. Although Gomez is putting some good crosses when he's played.
That's the thing with Curtis Jones. He wouldn't want to be a cover.
No, I don't. Well, he's cover right now, Curtis Jones.
But
I think he's just had a bad rap recently. He's had a couple of bad games, you know, where he's not been 100%.
No.
Hey, look, he might never make it in the end. He might just be used as bait for another player, where we sell him on, and he gets to go play for Aston Villa or something.
We're using
Where
it.
we get a nice amount. Yeah, it could be. We're using and abusing youth players. No, that could happen. That could happen. And I'd be quite sad if he went, because I like, you know, a proper Scouse lad. He actually speaks proper Scouse. I like seeing that in the side.
Like
I
us.
want to. That's what I want to see.
Like us.
Like us, yeah. We speak proper Scouse. Our accents are definitely. We sound like we're a member of the Beatles, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. If they were played by Americans or some other.
I did see something with it was like Americans playing the Beatles. It was the worst. It was like all these famous people would come in.
Hello there.
Yeah, it was like
John Lennon.
John Lemon.
Yeah, John Lemon.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not putting on some bad Scouse accent.
Yeah. No. Oh God, I've just seen we're nearly on the 2-hour mark.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I suppose we should wrap this up.
I see you, Dave. Oh yeah. We've got to mention Kanate. I suppose he's technically a youth player, isn't he? 22.
Can I?
They ask.
Can
ask an FSD.
Can I?
We'll give Dave one more question.
Can I looks like he's 35 years old.
He does, and he plays like he's 35 years old now. Kanate's amazing.
Impressed.
Yes, Dave. You may ask a question. Your FSG question. We wait in anticipation.
Would you like some toast? Good old Red Dwarf.
Let's see.
Will this be a bready question?
I think it's going to be a very long question. Al, does the 70 million change our transfer budget one bit, or do FSG keep it all? Well, whatever we make through football is what will go into the team. So if we make 70 million through all the things we win, yeah, probably more than that, then that money will go into the team. That's how they're doing it. Because they've hardly put any of their own money in. Everything we put in has been through, selling players. There was some loans at the start. We did get a couple of loans, but those are paid off and cleared and everything. So yeah, it will go back into the team. So it will help with transfers. And we're not going to spend 100 million pounds on a Haaland or Mbappe. That's not going to happen. We're going to pick someone up like Diaz or even Salah. Salah wasn't Salah when we got him.
We'll probably get.
He was doing very well.
We're probably going to get Mbappe.
Yeah, we'll get Mbappe, his cousin.
Yeah. It's
out of Haaland and Mbappe, I would take Mbappe. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Mbappe would be there.
Yeah. Thanks for the great stream, lads. Appreciate it. Subbed and liked. No problem, Dave.
Cheers.
Thanks for the questions. It's good to have someone else throwing in some questions, because normally it's just Charlie throwing in the questions.
Marble Mouth as well.
No, they're normally good questions, and we go through them, and we throw other things in there as well, not just football, just to tangents.
Mhm.
So yeah, thank you very much, Dave.
Appreciate it, Dave.
We will we'll head out now. It's been nearly 2 hours. I need a cup of tea.
And I need a pish.
Maybe next we'll see you, Charlie.
Well, that will not be the stream.
No, we don't want to see that stream. No, don't actually see your stream.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are you doing the goodbyes, or am I doing?
It's a goodbye from me.
Oh God, you're not doing them.
And it's a good. You meant
Goodbye
to say
from me.
and a goodbye from him. That's what you meant to say.
Okay.
It's a
Do it again then.
It's a goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from him. Even though it's the wrong way for him.